Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kittens and puppies. My name is Annie, and I am the founder of Grand AlienNation. All this time, I did not want to make any videos because I didn't want to go online because I thought my daughter was going to get, it was going to push her away farther or whatever. But you know what? I just recently got a message that said, stop contacting her. So I will. So I will let them. I really don't like that let them thing. But there is kind of a purpose behind that. But today I wanted to address a few things. I have a Facebook account, I've got an Instagram account, and they're both called Grand AlienNation, Alien Nation with two N's, Alien Nation. So if you want to go check out my channels, I'll leave a link in the description. However, I wanted to kind of address some of the things that come up in my comments and talk about all the things that we have in common. First of all, I'm going to start this like Alcoholics Anonymous, not an alcoholic, but I wanted to say, hi, my name is Annie, and I've been alienated for 2 years. I would love for you guys to send me a short little video and say, message me on Instagram or Facebook and send me a video, say your name, how long you've been alienated, and then I will post it on my Facebook and my Instagram, because I want grandparents to know that you are not alone. For the first year, so I've been alienated for 2 years. For the first year, I gave her what she wanted. She didn't want me to talk to her. So I just let her be. I thought, you got to figure your shit out. And I didn't know anything about this alienation trend, and I'm going to just call it a trend. And trigger warning, boys and girls, if you are an adult child who has alienated your parents, you may be triggered or upset or anything by things that I say, because I'm just warning you. I belong to the I Do Not Care Club. I am a Gen X, and I am the chapter president of the Fuck Around and Find Out Club. Okay, so if whatever you say to me, if you want to leave me some mean comments, go right ahead. I would just delete them. Okay. So anyway, I digress. I've been alienated for 2 years from my daughter. I previously didn't want to post anything, but now I do not care, because I was told not to talk to her, not to contact her. But I do have a lot of thoughts about that. And I have a feeling that, like me, for the first year or so, I didn't really know that this was going to be going on this long. I didn't know that this is something that people do to protect their peace, right? But they don't know that in their protection of themselves, they are hurting so many other people, which is a selfish act in and of itself. So I would love for you to send me some videos that says, hey, my name is Jenny, and I have been alienated for 4 years, whatever. It used to be the period of time was like 4 years, and then it stretched to 7 years, and the length of time is getting longer and longer. But I have a feeling that this thing is coming to a fever pitch. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is a comment that somebody had made on one of my Facebook posts. And, there's this fear that your grandchildren are going to forget you. There's this fear that your children are going to move away and your grandchildren would never know how to find you. So I have a plan. Okay, so what we are going to do is I want all of you to make sure that your Facebook and your Instagram accounts are in your name, so that when your grandchildren search for you, like let's say you go on for like 7 or 8 years, right? Heaven forbid. That is just stupid. These little young babies are just dumb. And I'm talking about their parents. So you make an account in your name, in your real name. You put take as many opportunities to put your real name and also your grandma name. My grandma name is Tutu, and my grandson knows me as Tutu. That's in Hawaiian, we call grandparents Tutu. Tutu or Tutu man. And so put both of those things, make sure that they are easily searchable online, because there will come a day when your grandchildren will look for you, even though, like, I have heard some horrible things that these kids are saying, like they're telling their grandchildren that the grandma is dead. How awful is that? You're a terrible human being if you tell your kids that, because guess what? There is a very special bond between grandchildren and grandparents, because grandparents don't have the stress and the pressure of everyday life of being a parent of a young child. So grandparents, we've been through all the whole deal, okay? We for like however many years, 20 something years. We've been through it all. We've been through the mail. So we know how to take care of the little ones, and we've already been where you are going. So why don't you shut your pie hole and listen to your mom or your dad, because we kind of know what we're doing, right, boys and girls? So anyways, that's my message for today. I just really wanted to tell you guys to start putting your name, if you haven't already, put your real name. Don't put like, Sarah M. Put your whole name, because here's a news flash. Your name is already spread all over the internet, and it's already all over the dark web, and all of your bits and pieces of you are already out there. So why don't you just get out there like loud and proud? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a book. I am taking a journal, and I'm writing a journal. And I've been writing a journal ever since the day my grandson was taken away from me a year ago. So my daughter wasn't talking to me for a whole year, but I was still able to see my grandson. I was very blessed that my son-in-law, who I love dearly, had allowed me to see my grandson, because he needs me, and my son-in-law needs time on the weekends to do things, clean the garage, help around the yard, do stuff, so they needed me. And I was just so incredibly grateful. But someone said, enough, she doesn't deserve to see my grandson. I'm not going to say his name, but she decided that the pressure was just too much for him, for my son-in-law. So I'm sorry, it has to be this way. But if you're watching, I love you, and I appreciate you, and I value you highly for me being able to stay in touch with my boy. So anyways, I forgot already what I was saying. So anyway, so put your name out there. Oh yeah, my journal. Okay. I knew I was going to find it. I'm writing a journal, and so I am going to publish my journal. And in my journal, there are no nasty things about his parents, because your babies don't need to know. You need to shield them from the evils of the world, from your bickering, and from your like name calling and the vitriol. They don't need that. So I'm just writing stories about, oh, I remembered you today. Remember when we were dancing in the living room? Remember when we blew all the bubbles outside? Remember when we had your birthday and the neighbor kids came over? So I want him to know that I'm always thinking about him, that I never forget him, and that I always love him. So I'm going to publish my journal under my real name on Amazon KDP. So I'm going to do like a little training course just so you guys can learn how to do that, because it's not that hard. But that is one way that when you want to make sure that when your grandchildren search for you, because one day they will Google your name, and even like your grandma name, they will search for you, and they should be able to find you. You want them to be able to find you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon, everywhere. Like if you have a business, they're going to find you on your business name. So you don't have to worry if they move away. Let them move away, because you will always be there, and you will always be online, and you have to stay hopeful, because this too shall pass. One day, these children will grow up and realize that, not the grandbabies, but our children will grow up and realize that in their protecting of themselves, protecting their peace, whatever, they're actually hurting their children. They're denying their children the love of not only their grandparents, but an extended family. They have a family that loves them, that longs for them, that wants them to be a part of their life. My grandson has cousins, he's got aunties, uncles, he's got people that want him around, but he's not coming around. So I encourage you guys to do that. go and make your name public online, because it already is. So don't be scared to put your name out there. I have changed my name since I was been alienated. So I'm going to put my name, I'm going to put all my names on there, my previous last name and my current last name, so that my boy can find me when he's old enough to go find me. And now I have this is my second YouTube channel. Okay. I have another one. But anyways, so go ahead and do that. Leave me a comment if you want to learn more about how to do the Amazon KDP, because I will be doing videos on that. I want to help other grandparents who are not as tech savvy as me. I have a digital marketing firm, so I know a lot about the digital stuffs. I'm going to help all the grandparents to get their name online, to help figure some stuff out, to start feeling good about yourself, and just know that you can live your life. You don't have to, when they say let them, it doesn't mean you have to let them go. You let them do their thing, but you always keep your grandbabies, keep your children in a positive mind, a positive frame of mind, because it's better for your mental health. Okay, so that's all I had to share for today. My name is Annie, and this is Grand AlienNation. I will see you guys on the next one. Mahalo.